Wait, no
Hey,
longer.
yay! How are
How
you?
are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to sunny California.
I know, I know. What's the time there? 11 o'clock? 10 o'clock?
It's 11 in the morning, and I'm a night owl. I go to bed around 5 in the morning. So,
Oh, well, even we appreciate you being on here so much.
yay. No, it's good to see your face.
I know it's been a long time. Been a long time. How are you finding the whole lockdown situation?
If I'm honest, I don't know if a lot of people know this about me, but I'm such an introvert. So I'm kind of bred for self-isolation, and I'm in my most happy place because I'm constantly traveling. I'm usually like in a new country every day. So to be home
Mm.
and to be still and to not have any distractions, I'm just like I'm so I've never been more like kind of centered, and so I'm really loving it. I'm FaceTiming with my family. I'm kind of cooking. I'm really obsessed with Instacart. Do you guys have that there?
No, no, I don't think so. Well, I don't.
Gosh, it's so amazing. You just go on and somebody shops for you at the grocery store, and you just like it's the greatest thing. You're like, what do I want to order? What do I want to eat today? So, and just like exploring, learning all about the endless world of TikTok.
Yeah, I know. Are you a big TikToker and dancing and doing all the challenges?
Yeah, I've just, got sucked into that, and it's fun because it seems like it's kind of all light and fun, and it's creative, and it's like you can't think too hard about it. You just kind of like
You've got to do
draw
it.
draw on some sweats and do it.
And how about music? Are you writing? Are you doing sessions on Zoom, or how's it working?
Yeah, so I was actually up last night at 1 in the morning working with a friend on a lyric for a song that we wrote. So, which I'm excited. I can't talk about it now, but it's kind of been
No.
inspired by what's going on now. So, this is why I'm in my most happy place because this is when I get to be the most productive. My house gets to be the most organized and cleaned, quarantine clean, but get to I get to create from this space. So yeah, I've been writing a lot. Still able, obviously, we get to be at home and
Mm.
write music. And there's a few projects that I've been procrastinating on for years now. So this is the time where I can kind of
You
work
can
on
you can think
that.
about them, but I wanted to now. I've got you here, which is just amazing. And obviously, the other songs we've always been about new talent, new artists coming through, and then legends like yourself. And we had James Morrison earlier, who obviously have had massive hits, and you have had the most incredible career. I read the other day 54 million singles sold, which is just unbelievable for a girl group, and 16 million singles as a solo artist. And so I want to. Everyone knows your hit songs, but I want to take it right back to the to the beginning, and how
Mhm.
you started out. Where did you go to? How did you train? Like where did you get your musicality from?
So I come from very it's so funny because when you say all those statistics and everything, I still think like, oh, I'm just starting out. I'm just beginning. I haven't even started. But I come from a very humble background, and I was just kind of born really shy and awkward. And I think around 4 or 5, I realized I loved music. And then at 6, when I heard Whitney Houston sing, I was like, this is it changed my life. So I couldn't really. I felt I was really lanky and weird, and listening to her sing was like, oh my God, I don't have to speak. Music can be my way of communicating. So I was just obsessed and watched her growing up, and then eventually. We didn't have any money to put me in any lessons or anything. So at a young age, I knew that there was a school downtown where I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, called the Youth Performing Arts School. So I made sure to put myself in a middle school, magnet middle school, that would allow me to get into that performing arts school. And I got a lot of my training there in high school and did a lot of theater. I love theater, grew up musical theater and theater. And then after that, I went to college for singing and theater. At theater, I was actually a theater major. And then after that, I joined a rock band called Days of the New on Geffen Records. And that was
Really?
so cool because we toured with bands like Foo Fighters and Bush and things like that. And it was just so different. And Scott Litt produced our album, and I did like all this Celtic chanting stuff, and it was a whole nother experience from going from theaters to like places where people are smoking and standing up, and I'm like, you need to sit down to hear me sing. So I went from that rock band to then coming home and working on a solo thing to finding my mother was like, you need to audition for this thing called Pop Stars. I see it on TV. And I'm like, Mom, I'm like, I was always goth, and I was like, I'm from the theater and I'm in a rock band. I'm not going to audition for that. But I'm told I auditioned for Pop Stars and earned a part in that group and moved out here, brought me out here to LA. And then from then on, I auditioned as well for the Pussycat Dolls, and the rest is history.
It's incredible because you've had such a already just from there. By that point, you had such a diverse career, from a rock band to musical theatre. I can imagine dance was in there somewhere.
Yeah, I loved dancing. That wasn't my training or my background. It was just something, I grew up, my mother is a hula dancer, and it was just like, when you come from the background, such an ethnic background, rhythm and movement is just in your soul. So, you learn a little bit of dancing in musical theater. You learn some tapping and some jazz and Fosse. So I had that behind me as well.
Yeah. But obviously, then the street dance came later.
Yeah, the street dance, the hip hop.
And your first album was obviously huge with the Pussycat Dolls. But what was it like working with producers like CeeLo Green and Timbaland and Ron Fair and Busta Rhymes, obviously?
Yeah, it was. I feel so blessed and fortunate because I just went to the top of the game, like the people who are legends, the people who you can't producers like Ron Fair anymore. They're golden, and people and working with CeeLo and Timbo, and I mean, there's so many people that I've been so blessed to work with. It's just great to be in such good company. I think that it elevates you. I think it pushes you harder and brings out the best in you as an artist. And I really enjoyed doing the PCD albums and being a part of that process, because that's how my brain works. That was my contribution to the group, was the music aspect. Because a lot of people don't know that coming into the Dolls, I had done like 3 albums already, so I had that experience behind me, and being so well versed and rounded in the musical space and different genres, I could come and bring a lot of different things. But it's intimidating to be in the studio with such great producers and artists, but then when you get in there, you just have to go balls to the wall. You have to throw all your ego out the door, and it's just about connecting. And we're all, as you know, like just humans and artists, and we as long as we connect on a real level, we can get the best, most authentic stuff. So
what's it like when, obviously, we've all heard of CeeLo Green and we've all heard of Timbaland and Ron Fair. What's it like when you go into a session with somebody you don't know, and it's someone you're told is up and coming? Are you as excited?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Names is not about the names. It's just artists connecting. It's like, yeah, it has nothing to do with it. When you walk in the door, I'm always in my head anyways and thinking like, I hope, what am I going to talk about today? What do I want to write about today? It doesn't matter about the name. It just matters about connection.
Do you know what's so cool about that? Because there's so many songwriters and producers that watch this every week, and so many people trying to make it, and so many people trying to go. So I think just hearing that will inspire them more to keep going and always,
the most authentic self. I think that, I've been I know that a lot of people have heard Pussycat Doll albums and some of my solo stuff as well. But I probably have 10 albums in the can that I've worked on my craft and worked with every producer under this sun, moon, and stars, whether they're hip hop producers, urban producers, Christian songwriting producers, like songwriters. I think it's just, all you can do is just show up and just be your most authentic self and be present, be in the moment, and just go off of the vibe. And yeah, I'm trying not to think too hard. I'm an overthinker, but yeah.
And do you have a particular favorite from your early repertoire, or a song that sort of you felt was a turning point?
For the Dolls?
But well, for you, for the Dolls, for you, for
sorry, my allergies are full blown right now because LA. So I took my allergy pills, but I've got the sniffles. Do I have a song? I don't know. I mean, I think Donitcha was definitely a turning point. I don't think we could have ever predicted how massive that would blow up. There's so many turning points. I know that. Did you speak to AR?
Yeah, we spoke to AR yesterday. He spoke very, very highly of you.
Yeah, and I love him. You know, doing Jai Ho with him on that for Slumdog Millionaire, that was a massive turning point.
I was going to say, actually, because I've got Buttons here, which obviously you wrote, but the production on Buttons, even though it was in 2005, and Jai Ho was 4 years later, it kind of reminded me of Jai Ho a bit.
Well, I think it's because of the drums and the percussiveness, and it's
just
the primal.
I'm gonna play a little bit here so people can hear it.
That was produced by my friend Polo Design.
Yeah.
Atlanta, and Sean Garrett wrote that song. I was in the studio and I helped pen that song with him. This was so new for us. We were just trying to write the next hit.
Yeah, and it's so funny because it's just, no one had done that before.
You got to get on my TikTok and do my Loosen Up My Buttons TikTok challenge.
Okay. Okay, I'll get on it. People will, I'm sure people will flock to my account to see that, to see the hips move.
Yeah, so we had that, and then Jai Ho, which I love the rhythm and the musical landscape of that. A.R. Rahman is brilliant as well in his own right. So I've gotten so blessed to work with the best in the industry.
I know, and it's so when you look through your whole repertoire, you're always looking for the next thing, the next sound, the next exciting thing. You're never staying in one genre or one box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing that's part of the reason why I wanted to come back on tour with the Dolls, to actually enjoy it this time around, because I was always so in my head and always thinking always so in my head and always thinking wait, what was I just talking about?
You're talking about how we're just saying you can't be put into a box. You're always looking for the next opportunity, the next thing.
Yes, always. But I think with music, you are always looking for that next sound, but I think the place that I'm in musically is, yes, I want to stay up and current with the times and have new, fresh stuff, because there's so many new writers and producers out there. But I think the place that I'm in is, I'm in the most authentic place that I've ever been, where I'm like, you know what, all I can do is just write from my own experience in my own life and where I'm at right now. And I'm excited. You haven't heard some of the stuff that I've been working on. I'm wanting to create this EP and build a short film around it, and working on the script for that. And
amazing.
I don't want to say too much, but it's kind of like about the evolution of love, from the beginning, middle to the end. And I think it's inevitable. Most of us have all gone through it. So I think that's the best thing, is to not worry about chasing that. A perfect example is Fiona Apple right now. Her album, have you heard that?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything else out there. It's just Fiona. She's been working on it for the past 10 years, and she's just doing her. And I think that even our younger audience today, they really respect you just doing you. I mean, it's what, there was no Billie Eilish before Billie came out, and they love her for that. So I think that's, as opposed to just chasing what that sound is, what the next sound is, it's just more about like working and writing from your most authentic space. I mean, look at The Weeknd. He came out and it sounds like 80s, and it's so you never know.
Yeah, totally, totally. And just going back to the Dolls quickly, when you say you were bringing the musicality, was that okay with the other girls? Did everyone know that that was your thing?
I think so, because the group before was a burlesque cabaret dance group that Robin had done, and so she would have, Robin Antin had created, and so she would have guest celebrities like Gwen Stefani come in and be the voices, and some of the girls sang and did that as well. But I think they knew that's what my role was coming in and auditioning, was to come and take over the music. That's where my expertise lied, and that's what I brought to the table as a recording artist. So
And obviously, you know, then you were an X Factor judge, and obviously mentoring people through that process, and bringing people through. Has that always been something that you were doing, or you wanted to do?
Being on X Factor and being a judge, no, it's not something I always wanted to do. I was like, I wanted to just be on stage and perform. It's like I said, the best way I knew how to communicate was through song and performance. And sometimes like talking and hearing my own voice, I'm like, oh my God, I get so annoyed and I get distracted like I just did now. But where I did love it and I felt that I excelled was being an ambassador for the contestants on the show, because as an artist and having the experience that I'd come from, I felt like I could kind of work with any age group. Didn't matter what kind of genre, where you sang. I mean, there's a perfect example is years back when I had the boys and I had James Arthur, Rylan, and John Maine Douglas. I mean, you couldn't pick three more different, you know, contestants, and I felt like I was able to hopefully bring out the best in all of them. So that's where I think I really took pride in and embraced being a mentor, being like, how can I help make them not only the best artists, but the best humans that I could. So,
yeah. God,
I'm not gonna lie, I am the most successful judge on the show. Just to say,
big up Nicole.
A lot of wins. Throwing that out there. Just a little reminder, guys.
Little reminder to everyone.
You get out what you put in, and I put in a lot of work. People don't realize that I never took a day off ever working with my contestants. So I think.
Well, I mean, I was talking to Will Sims just before you came on, and he was saying just how he's never met anyone as hardworking as you.
I'm a little neurotic.
But I think it's testament to you, and you've had just the most incredible career. And so what's next?
So far, also big up, love Will. He's awesome. He's so much fun to work in the studio. When me and him are in the studio together, we record the music and then we do a dance party where we like just dance around and we film each other. It's kind of silly.
Have you been into the studio with his sheep?
Yeah, of course. I've posed with it. It's a part of the dance party. It's usually just me, him, and a sheep, and we're just dancing around. It's so much fun.
There should be a TV show, I think, around him and his life and the people that he brings in. And
so good. What is next? What was the question?
So for obviously the Pussycat Dolls coming back together again.
Yeah. Okay. So hello, Alistair. We're supposed to be on tour.
I know.
Also, I didn't get to say, cut to when you asked me what was a turning point for you. I didn't get to say that one of the most things that I'm the most proud of in my career is playing Grisabella and reviving Cats on the West End with your dad, who believed in me and doing that. And I've had some of my huge turning points in my life, collaborating and working with him, doing Phantom of the Opera, performing Phantom of the Opera and Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. But Memory, I always will feel like that's my baby, that I was born
completely
to play that role.
Completely.
In it?
And you smashed it out the park. Like completely smashed it out of the park.
Thank you. I love that. It's like that life was at the time, it was so pinnacle in my life. It was life-saving to me. Okay, wait, we're talking about focus, Nicole. Focus. What
We
we're
love
talking,
hearing you sing, by the way. Everyone in the comments is like, Nicole, sing for us, just anything.
sing. And I rise up, rise like the day. I rise up, rise unafraid. I rise up. Okay, I just want you guys to know I woke up an
Yes.
hour ago.
Woo-hoo!
Flat, but it doesn't matter because it came from the heart.
We love it. We love it.
Okay, wait. What is next? Okay, so I'm supposed to be on tour. That sounded so crunchy coming out of my face right now, but who cares? When I was singing, I was like, oh my God, that's like the worst note you just hit. Wait, tour. I'm supposed to be on tour with the Dolls. Obviously, it's postponed. So right now, everything's up in the air. I'm writing and still working on music for the Dolls, so I'm excited about that. Hopefully, we can still come out with some new music, and I don't know what's going to happen because we don't know if there's going to be mass gatherings in 2020. So I'm still just in a very creative place. I think I'm going to try to do some of these like little projects on my own that I'm really excited about writing and creating. And so you guys will see some new stuff from me. And I'm excited about a song that I'm just doing now for you guys, hopefully. So yeah, can't wait to share that.
I can't wait. And I love the idea of this short film as well, just to round everything up.
Yeah, like I'm really excited about that. I've been working on it for over a year now, and um without giving anything away, like yeah, it's kind of sums up the evolution of love and in several songs and my own story and my experience and being like, okay, what have I learned from this process and how could I help others or how can I connect with others? Because we've all, I mean, I know that your audience is pretty young, but for the majority, we've all kind of been in love or the newness of love and then kind of went through some rough patches, and then in the ending the heartbreak is like it's inevitable, and what can you get out of it, how can you grow from that, how can you evolve from that, how can you learn more about yourself from that, and what does all that mean, and blah blah blah. So I'm excited about that. And then I love theater, so I'm excited about definitely doing more theater and more
Yeah.
musical theater in the near future. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Let's hope
Oh, you didn't come to my show.
I know. I'm gutted. And now look, we can't do anything.
You don't want to see brilliance at its best? That's all right. You missed out.
Don't. Honestly, don't.
No, but
Absolutely
it was,
gutted.
I'm so happy that I did that. It was like an hour and a half of all of the show tunes and standards that I've always wanted to do, have never done, and wanted to learn and challenge and push myself and take myself on my own musical journey and kind of show people who Nicole really is. And so that's like, yeah. So yeah, you missed greatness. I'm just joking.
And we're gutted. And we can't wait. I can't wait for you to get back on it.
Yeah, I am. I'm like, yeah, figuring that out too, how we could share that like online with people.
I know. Yeah. Surely there's some kind of experience you can do online.
Yeah, well, we taped a lot of those performances, so yeah, we'll see.
Okay, good. Well, keep us all posted.
Yay!
And yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you for coming on today and having a chat with me, and for all the songwriters who watch this, and producers and artists and musicians. Seeing your bright face in LA just gives so much positivity to everyone. So
Yeah, no, I'm like so proud of you always, and you've always been hustling and doing your thing, and I'm so honored to be a part. I was meaning to go and meet up with you at one of those songwriter things as well. Yeah, just continue to work on your craft. Write. Bono used to tell me, just write every day. I need to do that more. But yeah, and also a good question to ask some of your viewers out there, they need to ask themselves is, who am I, and what do I want to leave behind? What do I want to say? What do I want to be known for?
I think that's very profound. very profound, and we should leave it there. I think that's a really good ending.
Okay.
Nicole, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us and giving us incredible insights into your fascinating career. I know you're just getting started, so you probably hate hearing things like that. But it is inspiring for us all and for everyone watching. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll all be together soon.
Exactly. We'll see you on the flip side.
Yes, you all take care.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
God bless.
Lots of love. See you soon.
Lots of love.